Hello, Boomba Clot looking ass. Okay, here's the thing, right? You're a big man with a big plan in a big land, right? You wanna do some things, okay? Use your big hands. Well, I'm just like that. I'm just like you. Let me change this. And my goal here, my big plan in this big abundant land of people was to socialize and speak and communicate and transform myself from a socially awkward, inadequate, inadept person when it came to talking to others into a fucking charismatic, social, a valuable person. Yeah, I bring smiles and value to everyone I surround myself with. Okay, inspiration for this. I saw and met a girl down in Cape Town. She was the most bubbly, vibrant, sunshine person I've ever met, and she was still like strong in her beliefs and shit. And I was like, I want that vibe. I want that energy. I don't want to be like closed off and stuck to the floor any longer. I want to be risen. Okay, so that was my inspiration. That was, and now in university, I was like, yeah, opportunity set. I'ma do it. Okay. And so I set myself a goal every day. I'm going to speak to 3 people. And guess what the hell I did? I spoke to 3 people every fucking day. Wrong. Okay, not every day. Listen, only weekdays. I'm not gonna go out of my way on a weekend to speak to others. You crazy, bro? I was too damn like house ridden to do that, bro. I'm a fucking troglodyte. You really think I'm a leave my cave to go meet other people? Hell no. Not unless I'm forced to. But good thing university's there to force me to. So every weekday I'd meet 3 people, and man, if it's been 3 months, I've met like over 200, maybe 250, 300 people now. Because most of those days, many of them, I'd meet more than 3 people. So that'd be awesome, right? And I haven't stopped. And yeah, that was my goal. And I stuck to it every day. That was my little action to do, which has really, really put me in the right direction. But only because while I was doing these goals, I had this image of myself in mind, who I wanted to become. I wanted to be a socially charismatic guy who brings value to everyone he meets. Okay? And so every time I spoke, every time I met someone, I'd have this dude in mind. And that really allowed me to act more in alignment with him. But I had a few pitfalls here, because you can act in alignment with the dude, right? But that's still not purpose. That's still not purposeful. And your purpose matters more than the actions you take. Your intention is what needs to be authentic. You can't authenticate your actions at all without an intention behind them, a purpose behind them. And I did not have that. So I was like acting on a very shallow level, um, which caused me to become insecure and blinded me, narrowed my mind away from actual opportunities in life. I just thought I had to be valuable to everyone around me. Okay, which is there. I guess I defined a character trait of the person, which was kind of fucking stupid, that bring value to everybody. Are you insane? I can't do that. No one can do that. So that was mistake number one. Be realistic. Be realistic with your goal setting here, with the person you want to become. That doesn't mean you can't do the impossible, but it does mean you can't do the logically impossible. So for you, the impossible might be, I want to become a billionaire. Okay, maybe even a trillionaire, depending on how long you want to go with this thing. I want to get this like the best girlfriend in the world. Sure, that's cool. You can work up to that. But when it comes to pleasing everyone, that's logically insane. Unless you don't want to be happy. So that's my first mistake, and that kept me blinded from people who could actually bring value to me. So yeah, I ended up kind of changing the image of the person in my mind, but he took me really far took me really far. And I started now focusing more on who I was authentically, what I wanted, the purpose, the purpose of my actions, purpose of why I'm talking to other people. And it was more to bring value and get value. So if you don't make me happy, if you're not putting energy out, I'm leaving. I have 50,000 people in this classroom I can speak to. One of them's going to give me energy. So bye bye. That's what I did. And guess what? It worked, bro. Became a lot more natural around other people. I started to see people who brought me value and who I was interested in, rather than just like everyone. I have to be interested in everyone. No, I can just be interested in a couple, because those are the people who actually, if I spend my time around, I improve as a person. So yeah. By the way, a little caveat here. That's gonna take you maybe let's say like three in every 200 people will be this guy who's going to help you and be around you. So shift that up to like, you want average of 5 people you spend time around. So you have to go and meet like around, I don't know, 300, 400 people before you find these 5 that you can spend time around, which honestly is such a good stat, bro. Wow. 500 people out of 400 people. That's it. Dog, I can get that done in a year easy, bro. Easy. 3 people a day, 6 people a day, even. You got that, bro. You got that. It really is easy. After the first month of trying, you fly through the rest of them. So you have that. If you're on a social journey now and your goal is to meet a whole bunch of people, that's the easy part, brother. In fact, it's so easy you think it's not important anymore, which is the next level of your journey. When you don't think that meeting others is important, it is important. It will always be important. But you kind of meet a plateau, right? You have now adopted a new identity, and that's it. And now you're going back down again. So you've hit your comfort level, and now you're spiraling back to the floor, where you're not going to meet anyone. You're going to keep to yourself all over again. And you don't want that. You want to change your fucking identity forever. So let's do that. At this stage, you will notice it happening, and you got to recognize some beliefs within you and give yourself permission to let go. It'll be very much better if someone else gave you permission to let go. But if you don't have someone who can be like, hey, bro, you just need to stop trying. Just be yourself, and the people will come to you. I give you permission. You can just do that. Right? If no one's going to say that to you, then you got to do it to yourself, which is a little harder because you don't know if you can trust yourself a lot of the time. But at this level of comfort ceiling, when you're starting to spiral down again, you're starting to bounce down again, you got to let go of some beliefs now because it's inhibiting you. That's how you know it's inhibiting you. All right. And when that happens, instead of spiraling down, you hit a comfort ceiling where you start to plateau, and then you go fucking back up again, bitch. Okay. So that's what it's about there. Just letting go of a few beliefs that are not serving you. Knowing it's okay to be you, bro. It's okay. You're good enough. Nobody will miss your presence, and you're allowed to bring it to other people. Okay? Like, if you leave, other people are alone, they're not gonna miss you. They'll be like, okay, he's gone. Weird. Done. They move on with their life. Same way if the president died today, you would not care in a month. The same thing. Fucking hell. Well, that's where you go now. Yeah. I think I've covered all the bases here. There is nothing else to talk about when it comes to speaking to others. At least in my experience so far. I would love this advice if I was starting all over again. If I was now back in, the first days of college and university, I'd love this. I'd be like, fuck yes, bro. I have a direction to go in. I can do this, right? Which is great. I did miss one thing though, which is rejection. If you don't get rejected, if you don't put yourself out there, you're never going to know where you actually are on the ladder, on the level of the person you are, and you're going to associate yourself with that guy in your mind without realizing, oh damn, I'm not him. You're not him. Not right now. If you just started, you're not him. And you don't know that until you get rejected. So get yourself out there, do some stupid as fuck shit, get rejected, and then come back and journal and say, I fucking did it. I got rejected. No matter how bad it feels to be rejected, tell yourself, first ever rejection. Hell yes. Now I can move forward. Okay. Because genuinely, it's one of the most useful things. That will change you. That will change your paradigm. That will change your idea on the world and who you are. And once you know who you are, you can finally have a proper direction, because when you know who you are and you know where you want to go, it takes 2 points to make a line. You can't just make a line with 1 point. Like, where's the line going to go? Here. Here's where you are. Here's where you want to be. Fucking line, bro. Most people don't know who they are, so how can they fucking make the line, even if they know who they want to be? So that's the purpose of just taking action, just doing whatever in the beginning until you get rejected with this image in your mind, so that you can actually work towards it and iterate on yourself. So that's actually a very fucking good point. Yes. But with that being said, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm sick. I have diarrhea, and I did not sleep very well last night. So if I can go to sleep right now, I'll see you in the next video, little man. Sorry, big man with a big plan in a big land with these big hands. He's a big man with a big plan. Bye bye.